5 in Great Falls, 62 was the high in Cut Bank, and Havre and Glasgow topped out at 70 degrees. Right now we are in the upper 40s and low to mid 50s, so it is cool outside and it will be chilly overnight tonight. You'll definitely want that jacket tomorrow morning as you head off to work and school. It was very windy today in eastern Montana. We had some gusts over 50 miles per hour. For the rest of us, it was a breezy day, and that wind has since diminished, and we just have a light breeze in most locations right now. It was also hazy again today, and the air quality has been in the moderate or unhealthy for sensitive groups category for most of the day today. It is going to be chilly tonight with lows in the 30s and the low to mid 40s, and some frost is possible, especially along the high line and in the typically colder valleys. And then beautiful weather is in the forecast for tomorrow and this upcoming weekend. And I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
The Roadhouse Diner announced through a Facebook video this week that notable owners Tara and Jason Beam are passing along the legacy to some longtime employees. It's an icon in Great Falls, the Roadhouse Diner. It was opened in June of 2015, and after 10 years of service, it's being sold to longtime employees from the establishment. Musicians, athletes, and even professional chefs have stopped in at the restaurant over its tenure. And with a new change in staffing, some people are asking, will it remain the icon that it has always been?
I've always kind of had a little bit of an understanding of how it was. So I knew one day the question would come. I didn't necessarily think it was coming when it did, but I always knew it would come. And I never knew what I would say, but I said yes.
It's an exciting time for the restaurant as new owners Danica and Dylan Glico have been trained to take over the diner for a while now. Danica has been working there for almost 9 years and doesn't plan to change any of the restaurant's staples, but new specials may be making their way onto the menu soon. 2 Montana women are paddling for a purpose, traveling just over 200 miles down the Missouri River to raise money for cancer support. MTN's Anissa Coomer caught up with them as they embarked on their journey from Fort Benton to Fort Peck for the 2nd year in a row.
On the banks of the Missouri River here in Fort Benton, paddlers are launching their boards not just for the challenge of the current, but for a cause. This Stand Up to Cancer event is all about raising awareness and funds for cancer support, with participants pushing off from right here in the birthplace of Montana to make waves against the disease. This group is preparing to launch a 206-mile paddleboard journey from Fort Benton to Fort Peck. A trip that could take up to 10 days. It's year 2 of their 3-year path.
The calmness of the water on days like this and the reflection really is a time of reflection for us as well.
Last year, Gina and Kelly paddled more than 240 miles from Headwaters State Park to Fort Benton. Their goal is to raise funds to open a cancer support community chapter in Helena. The nonprofit already serves Montanans across the state, covering costs beyond medical care.
Everything from emotional support, education, wellness, travel assistance, all the things that someone going through cancer may need.
So far, the team has raised more than $15,000. They say every mile paddled represents someone impacted by cancer.
Thinking about all the people that are represented with these miles, thinking about their journey, and we are here to stand up for them.
This year's launch carries extra meaning for us here at MTN News. The first mile was dedicated to longtime MTN employee Wendy Hill, who passed away from cancer last year. MTN colleague Chad McMillan joined the paddlers on the water in her honor.
This first mile is in honor of Wendy Hill, which is our dear friend that was a longtime co-worker at MTN, 20 plus years of service. She was an incredible colleague, an incredible person, and we're just happy to be here.
The paddlers say they'll carry Wendy's memory and the memory of countless others close to heart, stroke by stroke. To find out how you can sponsor a mile on their journey, visit our website. In Fort Benton, Anissa Coomer, MTN News.
For almost a year, state and federal funding has been helping the Butte Rescue Mission provide behavioral health and addiction services to the unhoused population and members of the community through a new drop-in center. MTN's Megan Thompson heads to the drop-in center for more on the story.
For almost a year, the Butte Rescue Mission has been offering services through their drop-in center to members of the unhoused population as well as members of the community. The goal is to reach people with behavioral health issues as well as addiction issues.
They get to help other people I get to be a present mother, and I never knew that I could love waking up every day and coming to work.
Eternity Edwards is a certified peer support specialist for the new drop-in center at the Butte Rescue Mission. She is using her own experience with addiction to help others break free.
It's all about lived experience. So I don't have years and years of like schooling, but I have years and years of experience that I never knew that I could put to use to something good.
Federal funding through a mental health block grant and state funding help the mission utilize staff like Eternity to offer trauma-informed activities that give people tools to change their behaviors.
We're really trying to do something in their minds when they're doing art even.
Programming has been revamped several times to ensure that it is serving the best needs of our community.
Our community needs it so bad. There are so many people that are struggling in their homes or their apartments or their parents' homes with addiction.
Misty says providing support can help prevent relapse for those struggling alone with addiction, because without it,
you end up going back to that trap house or that dealer. But here at the Butte Rescue Mission, we have our behavioral health drop-in center so that you have an option besides that.
The drop-in center is open Monday through Friday. In Butte, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
Electricity prices are surging more than twice as fast the rate of inflation. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, prices have climbed 5.5% over the past year. One reason for the hike, the power needed for massive data centers that are fueling the artificial intelligence boom. Some areas of the country are seeing much higher price increases, and research shows that about 1 in 6 households are behind on paying their energy bills. 401ks bounced back and did well in the first half of the year. At the end of June, the average 401k reached a record high of more than $137,000. The average balance grew by 4.6% from $131,700 at the end of last year. I'm Tim McGonigal in Great Falls. Coming up, we profile an organization that's serving parents and families of students with disabilities.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 10 o'clock news.
The Montana Empowerment Center might be headquartered in a small office in Great Falls, but they're having a big impact on parents and families who have children with disabilities.
What other disabilities are covered under the 504?
I think that people with disabilities are teaching all of us what their abilities are.
Heidi Gibson is the executive director of the Montana Empowerment Center, the Treasure State's parent training and information center.
Our mission is to help parents with children with disabilities ages 0 to 26 to help them navigate the special education process.
The center serves all 56 counties and thousands of families, providing guidance on topics including special education rights, individualized education programs or IEPs, and the transition for